Welcome to All Pets Considered. Our show strives to find the right homes for animals who have none. We also hope that our show can help to improve the quality of life for not only area pets, but their owners as well. But first, as always, we'll start tonight's show by meeting our wonderful set pet. This is Chauncey. He is about 1.5 years old, neutered male. He actually was a stray in the city limits of Springdale, and one of our production crew took him in, and he is in a great home forever now. Tonight, All Pets Considered welcomes For Pet's Sake, a local foster and rescue organization which is working hard to make a difference for the animals of Northwest Arkansas. Well, welcome to the show. We are always happy to have someone that does as great a service as For Pet's Sake on the show. And you go above and beyond what shelters do. So first of all, let's get information about your organization, because hopefully you're going to get a lot of phone calls after our show.
Great. I'm looking forward to it. For Pet's Sake is a nonprofit animal welfare organization serving the Northwest Arkansas area. We operate as individual volunteers. We don't have an office, but we foster dogs directly from the Springdale Animal Shelter until they get homes. This extends the chance for adoption numbers to go up. We also offer a program to help senior and disabled pet owners with pet needs, vet bills, free food, and transportation. So
excellent. So you work in essence with the Springdale Animal Services and take animals out maybe whose time is up.
Right. We are a partner organization. We're separate from the shelter, but we partner with them. When they need a cage, their time's up and the dog is highly adoptable, we go in and pick the most adoptable dogs so that a cage can be available, and the dog doesn't have to lose its life.
So you end up needing volunteers for foster homes, and you also have a huge need then for donations and for adoptions, for people to adopt things.
You hit the nail right on the head. We need foster homes, as many as we can get or use. And fostering is a lot like having an exchange student who might come and stay with you for the summer and then move on to something better.
It's a great analogy.
Yeah, about the same. And you get to enjoy them and meet them, but you don't have to take them forever and help more dogs that way.
That's right.
Donations, we operate both of the programs I mentioned based on donations. We pay for spays or neuters. We pay for the vet bills for seniors and disabled pet owners. So any donations are always going to be welcome.
And lastly, of course, homes. Homes for all these great animals.
Yes. The adoptions, we're guessing that since we started fostering for the shelter, just the last year of records, we've probably placed near 100 dogs.
Beautiful. Those are animals that would have not had a place.
Yes.
We appreciate that so much.
Thank you.
But please tell us how to get hold of you, because I'm hoping volunteers, donations, and homes come your way.
Exactly. Well, we're on the website. Our website is www.for-pets-sake.org.
ForPetsSake.org.
Whatever pets we have currently available will be on our website.
Perfect.
We sell dog collars and watercolor pictures in our store. You can see the latest news and when our next meeting will be.
Great. Oh, and we do appreciate everything you do, especially dogs like Passion. And let's just move to Passion. I'm going to move her over here where she can get the full spotlight. But actually, Passion is not a stranger to this show, because she is one that was from Springdale Animal Services. Hey, Pash, come here and look at us.
Passion is approximately 4 years old. She's a spayed female. She's microchipped, current on all of her shots. And her adoption fee has been donated so that this dog is free to a good home.
Oh, love for free.
Yes. So just go to the Springdale Animal Shelter and say you want to fill out the adoption for Passion, and they'll be glad to take it from there.
So tell me again, that's an interesting point. When we do find Passion's forever home, and I just know we will, they would contact Springdale Animal Services to actually adopt her.
All of these dogs today will be adoptable through the Springdale Animal Shelter.
Excellent, excellent. So Passion's adoption fee,
no fee. There is a fee, but it's been donated.
Oh, how wonderful. So some kind person, knowing that...
wanted this dog to get a home, so donated the fee. So this one is already been
essentially
paid for.
spayed female, vaccinated, microchipped, great personality for free.
It looks like she's full-blood cocker.
I have no doubt in my mind she's full-blood cocker,
Yeah, she's
no
got all
doubt.
the signs. So it's a great time. Christmas, she's got a little Christmas collar on, and her name is Passion, and she would love, all she wants for Christmas is a new home.
That's a beautiful thought, and hopefully we'll be able to find it for her. She deserves it.
Yes,
She's
she
a
does.
great dog.
She's a great dog.
Let's see who else you brought. Another sweet dog, Lori. Tell us about her.
This is such a sweet little girl. We named her Sweet Sue.
It should be
She's
Sweet
soft.
Sue.
She is a 2-year-old female lab. She just recently was spayed. She gets her stitches out today. She is microchipped, current on all her shots. She's house trained, emphasize house trained. She gets along well with other dogs and kids. She loves to sun herself in the backyard and chew on dog toys.
You know, one of the great things about having a foster home is in the shelter situation, those little nuances about her personality, she likes to sun.
Never show.
They never know that. And so you're able, with the foster situation, to really tell us a little bit more about these dogs.
Sweet Sue has got a very gentle personality. She likes to be with people. Her coat, you can tell, is very soft to touch.
It's a beautiful coat.
She's a little shy at first meeting people, but she quickly warms up to full friendliness. She would be a lovely and sweet dog for any family.
About 2 years old then.
About 2.
Labs are just known for their good personalities. They're great family dogs.
Yes.
Love kids. Now, do you have some situation where if maybe I was interested in adopting Sweet Sue, don't tell my husband, but if I was, could I bring one of my dogs and see how we get along?
We encourage that because the ultimate test is going to be if there's another pet in the home, how's it going to get along? How is it going to work?
That's right.
So we suggest that if you have another pet, you're welcome to bring it and in this foster situation and see if they get along.
Perfect. And the adoption fee for Sue?
It's probably going to be about $100, including the surgery, the microchip, the shots, and throw in the house training.
You have got a good deal going for $100, I promise. House trained is worth $100.
I think so. I think so.
Well, let's take a look at his Sweet Sue's brother of sorts then.
Okay.
Now, this is not her brother, but in the same foster home.
This is Frankie.
A male.
A male, 2-year-old male, same age as Sweet Sue, lab mix. He is microchipped. He is neutered. He's current on all of his shots. He's also house trained.
Oh my gosh.
Sleeps in the house all night, preferably on the bed. Listen, this dog has had an opportunity to be around dogs, cats, and kids, and it's good. Gets along well with all cats, kids, dogs.
Just a really very social dog. Would be great in a family home then.
Well, Frankie's favorite sport is chasing the squirrels, but he never wins. He's got a mellow and quiet personality. He behaves nicely, too, and he would be a perfect family pet.
You know, the squirrel thing, and there are people who have a lot of squirrels in their yard, and that's something to consider because
he patrols.
Keep them.
He patrols.
Right. and they learn very quickly. Frankie has already been neutered. He's got a microchip. He's vaccinated, housebroken.
House trained, and gets along with everybody.
Again, those nuances that you learn in a foster home about getting along with everybody are so important. Well, it makes them adoptable.
And it socializes them to wherever they're going to be in the home. They've had that socialization and training and some obedience, not a lot, but perfect pet.
Well, Lori, you've got 2 beautiful yellow labs, and again, the purebred aspect, probably mostly lab, maybe all, but they've got everything going for them. They just need to
a
add
home.
love. That's
and
right.
Christmas is a good time for a dog to go home.
That's right, to have their own
home.
special home. Lori, this is another very adoptable dog. So what do you know about this baby?
Well, we brought the best we have today. This is Patches. Patches is about a 3 to 4-year-old. She's a female Australian Shepherd mix. She recently had 8 puppies, but she's now been spayed. The puppies were placed. Nothing bad happened to the puppies.
So we don't have to adopt her and her puppies? Good.
She's current on her shot. She's a very gentle and affectionate dog. Right now she seems to be a little bit stage fright, but she gets along with other dogs and cats as well. She never really growls, but she'll bark at strangers when appropriate. She's mainly an outside dog right now, but she has never had an accident and would be easily house trained. She likes new people, always wagging her tail, and a happy little person or personality.
Patches, we know a lot about you too. So she is spayed.
She's already spayed.
Perfect. And microchipped.
And microchipped and current on shots.
And so
easily
again, the
trainable.
full package.
House trainable would be very easy on Patches.
And you know, Lori, Australian Shepherds and Australian Shepherd mixes are one of my favorite.
Yes.
They are very dependable personalities.
Loyal, very loyal.
Very loyal dogs, and they only want your happiness and your love.
So this would be a great dog for some kids.
Absolutely. And you know, even in a single person, that protection you get, when you mentioned her growling, I thought immediately if someone who lived alone, maybe that.
With the loyalty and the bonding and the sweet gentleness and yet that, you know, alert aspect, she would be a great dog for a retired person or a single person, you know, who wants companionship.
They're very athletic too, so if someone wants to take a jogging, you know, we women, as we jog.
Frisbees were invented for some things.
That's right. That's right. So adoption fee for her, and I know it varies depending upon what goes into it.
Well, it varies from dog to dog. I'm thinking it's going to be $100 again to cover all those services. And you would apply for Pet's Sake for that one. We have actually taken her out and rescued her from the shelter, and she's a For Pet's Sake dog.
So she's a For Pet's Sake dog. Yeah. When we go online and look you up at forpetssake.org, would we know then, like, ooh, that's the dog for me, where do I go to find out about it?
If they want to ask questions, we have an email address that's forpetsake@hotmail.com, where they can ask questions about any of the dogs, get more information.
Anyone who would price all those services through a veterinary office,
yes, I'm waiting for you to say.
Spay, vaccine, you're going to spend way more than $100.
More than $200.
That's right. That's right. Well, let's look at your last
dog.
Well, Lori, we went from the big dogs at For Pet's Sake to this tiny little thing. Tell us about this sweet baby.
This little dog is about 5 months old. Her name is Lady, and she's a Min Pin mix. She has a very unusual color. She's kind of a fawn tan with a mousy gray. And she's kind of dressed for Christmas. She came into the shelter a month or two ago with a broken leg.
Oh.
And so they've set the leg in a cast. And they dressed it like a candy cane for today's show.
Oh, that's perfect.
But the cast will come off in about 2 more weeks. She has had she's been microchipped. She's had her first round of puppy shots. She will be spayed, included in the adoption fee. She'll be spayed when she's old enough. And she's been in foster care, and she's almost house trained. I would say house trained, except she's had an accident, I think maybe related with the coordination.
Right.
But again, very cuddly at night. She loves to chew on dog toys. She's beautiful. She's healthy and lovable for any pet owner.
You know, the Min Pins, as a breed, generally love their family. They're suspicious of strangers.
Yes, she is.
And that's not all a bad thing. You know, in this day and age, it's not so bad to be suspicious of strangers.
She's a little timid, partly due to her age, but also because of her condition. She's a little, she'll be a little timid at first, but you can see she's quickly friendly. She's wagging her little tail.
She's wagged her little tail.
So this is Lady, and I'm not sure what date she will have her surgery, but they can apply at the shelter, Springdale Animal Shelter, for Lady, and they'll fill in the dates and the details. Her adoption fee is probably going to be around $75 because she's a smaller dog.
Right, and everything's a little less expensive for those
for the smaller.
Guys. That's right, that's right. And you know, this is a great size for someone who doesn't want a big dog.
Or apartment or a smaller house.
Without a doubt, a perfect size.
Well, she sleeps all night in one spot and likes, you know, she goes out and does her little business in the morning but comes right back to the warm spot on the bed. So she's a definite cuddler.
That's great. Yeah. I can't tell you how much everyone here at All Pets Considered appreciates what you do for the animals.
Thanks.
It's a wonderful, wonderful service, and I look at these dogs and know that they wouldn't have a life if it wasn't for you. So thank you very much.
And many others, yes. We could use a lot of help. Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Not a problem. All Pets Considered will be back in just a moment.
My buddy Tommy is an artist, and I'm his assistant, Hailey. Actually, I've been helping Tommy with a lot of things since we were teamed up by Canine Companions for Independence. I help him get around, reach things he can't get to, keep him smiling. Sometimes I'm even his paintbrush. To find out how you can help bring people like Tommy together with dogs like me, visit cci.org or call 1-800-572-BARK.
I joined the National Guard and never thought I'd be saving lives.
I never thought I'd have such an impact on my community.
It's more than money for college. It's built my character and given me a sense of accomplishment.
Citizen soldiers have two missions. One is right here at home during emergencies.
The Guard opened the door for me. Now I'm on a career path, and I'm the leader of my team. When your country calls, you go, proudly.
I put on the uniform, and I have a whole new outlook on life. Country, community, family. That's what matters most to me. If that matters to you, go to 1-800-GO-GUARD.com.
America has seen much change in the past 10 years: terrorism, wars, natural disasters, and historical elections. What hasn't changed is the mission of Head Start. The goal at EOA Head Start Early Head Start has been to empower families to break the circle of poverty and to invest in our future by educating children and building stronger communities. Learn how you can support EOA Head Start Early Head Start by calling 479-521-5571. Serving Washington County since 1965.
Deborah Grodetka is a highly qualified dog behavior professional with extensive experience as a trainer and behavior specialist. She has earned the title of Certified Pet Dog Trainer from the Certification Council of Pet Dog Trainers and is the founder of Every Dog Can Incorporated.
We're going to be working today with Coco, our beagle friend, on leash walking techniques. Now, believe it or not, one of the best ways to teach a dog to walk on a leash is actually to teach them to walk off leash first. And the reason for that is the leash is actually a restraint device. When the dog hits the end of the leash, they usually feel that pressure around their chest or their neck, and they start to pull forward. When we allow that pulling to continue, it reinforces that behavior. Now, with a dog like Coco that is so into his nose, his life's work when he's out walking on a leash is to park that nose along the ground and just to follow it, which doesn't make for very speedy leash walks. So the first thing that I need to teach Coco is, number one, that walking with me is fun, and that walking with me means that he stays kind of sort of near either my right side or my left side. So we're going to teach you today this little exercise called Choose to Heel. This was actually invented by a wonderful trainer named Sue Ailsby, who absolutely made the decision that, you know, reinforcing a dog when they're within this magic circle next to your right or left side is really the way to go. So really, without asking Coco, I'm going to start teaching him that choosing to heel or choosing to stick by me is going to be a very reinforcing thing, okay? So to start this exercise with Coco, I'm just going to let him know that I've got some things for him, and that if I can get him to look up at me at all, he's going to get clicked and treated for it. And that's the beginning. I'm letting Coco know that I'm the source of reinforcement, not the grass, not the sniffs that he's got there. Good. So I'm just going to start moving around a little bit. Now notice I'm not calling him to me. I am letting him choose to move with me by reinforcing him for any little tiny step in the right direction. Now, when I can get the dog to voluntarily move around with me, rather than having to force him or drag him to move with me, now I have a dog that's by choice voluntarily moving with me. And you see, if any little crumb of food falls on the ground, Coco loses his attention on me. Good. Now I've got a dog that's starting to be very interested in following me. Yes. Good. Good. Yes. Good job. And I want to make that reinforcement just flow like Niagara Falls. Because as I'm walking and he's voluntarily moving with me, now I've got a dog that's healing voluntarily off leash. Yes. Now, if I can't get him to be interested in me out here in the backyard, I'm never going to get him to be interested in me when I'm out in the big wide world on the other side of this fence. Good job, Mr. Coco. Excellent. Yes. Good. Now, a good time to practice this with your dog is right before mealtime. Instead of wasting your dog's portion of meal in a food bowl, put that cup or two of kibble in your pocket and go out with a clicker or your reinforcement marker, verbal clicker I call it, yes, and feed your dog productively his dinner as reinforcements for walking with you. Yes, good job, Coco. And right now I'm not going to be too concerned if it's right or left side, because the big victory here is keeping Coco in motion rather than following that nose. Yes, good job. Excellent. So I'm going to turn and go back the other way. And you see, this is so much more pleasant than choke chains or prong collars or yanking or all the other things that we try to do to force a dog to walk with us. It's so much better if a dog volunteers that behavior. And you know, when a dog volunteers behavior, it becomes a habit. Think about your own human lives. If somebody forces you to do something, will it ever become a habit? You bet it won't, because habits are formed with voluntary behavior. Yay! Now let's see if I can move away from him. And I betcha, not on your life. He wants to be with me. He's like, yeah, Deborah's the person to be with. Now I have the beginning of really great leash habits. Now, for Coco, the leash is a big signal that, whoa, I'm going outside of my yard. And now I'm going to go out on a limb here. And actually, just to show you that I'm not going to try to control him with this leash, I'm going to just literally tie the leash to my belt loop here. And I'm going to continue the same exercise where he chooses to walk with me. Yes, good. Yes, good. So you see, now this is a little irritating. That's my fault because the leash is dragging a little bit. Let's go. Yes. Yay, perfect loose leash walking. Yes. And that's because I'm not using the leash as a control device. Let's go, Coco, let's go. Yes. I'm using myself and my clicker and the food treats as reinforcement for him walking with me. Yes, good job. And you see, if he's not moving with me, I'm not going to pull him, because if I pull him, he's going to try to go the opposite direction. There's an opposition reflex in dogs that says pressure on my body makes me go the opposite way. Go, go, let's go. Let's go, yes, good. So now we're going to have Sarah give this a try. And remember, Sarah, you want to keep your rate of reinforcement really high. So really make him think like you are the ultimate vending machine, that anytime he gives you any attention, anytime he's even kind of sort of following you, you're going to click and treat. And once he realizes, whoa, this game works with mom too, you're going to have his undivided attention. All right, great job. Give it a try.
Go. Let's go.
Nice. And I would recommend that this is my fault that I actually didn't instruct you better. Shame on me. It will work better if the treat that goes into his mouth comes out of the hand closest to him. Because if you can actually feed the dog right here at heel position, that's teaching him where you want him to be, which is right here. If you reach across, what we're actually teaching him to do is to cross in front of us and trip us, which is not what we want. So shame on me for not making that clear. Sorry.
Okay, go.
Lots of clicks and treats, even if it's like every 6 inches. You need him to think that this is the way to go. Good. Yes, nice. And make sure you click when all 4 feet are on the ground, not when he's leaping up, like click. Yes. And you can do this more slowly, Sarah. Don't feel like you have to rush. Do your nice, calm, nice click. Try to click when all 4 feet are on the ground. There you go, click. Nice. Click. Click. Great. Cheat a little. Make that treat like a magnet right on his nose and pull him away, okay? There we go. Just baby steps, even just little steps. Yes, click. You're clicking for position and attention. Click. Yes. Nice. Yes. Beautiful. So normally when you walk with him, he's like, it's either he's yanking you or you're dragging him because he's focused downward. And what this is going to do is teach him the habit of following you. Think of yourself as a Pied Piper. You're the leader and he's the follower. And you know, he's following not because he has to. He's following because he wants to. And when you have him following you voluntarily, you have him just where you want him. And through the effect of classical conditioning and lots of repetition, you have a dog that thinks moving with you wherever you are, whether you have a leash or no leash, is absolutely the best way to go. Good job, Mr. Coco. Yay.
Lori, thank you again for coming and being on our show. All Pets Considered certainly supports your organization. We're so happy to be able to help you in any way that we can. So tell us how we're going to get hold of you.
Sure. Our website is where they would go and find out about the organization. It's www.for-pets-sake.org. Our email address is forpetsake@hotmail.com.
So lots of good ways to get hold of you, and hopefully Lady will find a home and all the other wonderful animals that you help. She's a great little pet. She's fitting in my lap quite nicely.
She looks like a little Christmas mouse.
She does. She does. They absolutely are gorgeous. Who has been helping you take care of them?
Well, we have all of the dogs in foster homes.
Right.
Foster care. And the people can come and make an appointment to see the dog in the foster situation and then adopt at the Springdale Animal Shelter. And by the way, I want to acknowledge Dig My Dog. It's a new grooming business that has helped us groom our dogs for occasions like this or adoption events. We could use volunteers to help with the events and fostering.
Well, I do appreciate Dig My Dog's help with these babies too. If any of our viewers would like to get hold of our training expert, Deborah Grodecka, they can at her website, everydogcan.com, or just by giving her a call, 479-925-3000.
Great.
That's it for tonight's show. As always, if you didn't see the pet that's right for you, don't be afraid to drop by one of our local animal shelters and find that pet. Thank you so much to all of our viewers. We hope to see all of you next week for All Pets Considered.